What is going on, everyone? My name is Benjamin Nowak, and before we dive into the video, I just want to explain to you that this title is not clickbait. I know there's a lot of clickbait on YouTube, but this one isn't it. My tires were actually slashed while I was out fishing. The cops were actually called. I know this is so cliche, but the tires are sitting right here. So, not clickbait. This is going to be coming at the end of the video. You're going to get to see the part of the process of us finding out that the tires were slashed, and I'll break it down towards the end of the video for you guys. But it's actually a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun in this video. Caught some really big fish, had a lot of fun, caught them on the brand new Berkley Stunna 112+1, and just had a really good day on the water. This just unfortunately ruined it all. And if you guys know anything about this, if maybe someone bragged to you, if maybe you have a guilty conscience, please feel free to reach out to me on Instagram, Facebook, or via my email at brnowakfishing@gmail.com. I'd really appreciate it. I just want to get to the bottom of it, to figure out who did it, why did they do it, and I don't know, maybe remedy it going forward. But feel free to reach out to me if you guys have any information. Really appreciate all the support and love, and I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Good morning, everyone. It is another fishing vlog style video, and I'm not going to lie, I had a ton of fun editing that one with Brennan. So we're going out today. Possibly one of the last fishing trips of the year, possibly the last fishing trip of the year, even though we're still in October. Today is Halloween. Today is freak season. Today is the day of the freaks, and hopefully it's what's going to go down on the lake. I'm very excited to get out there today because I've never really hit this lake on what I would consider like the top premier scenario for big fish to be biting, but I've still had some pretty decent success out there. It's another glacial style body of water. Some really big glacial nomadic smallmouth that chase and feed on bait all year long. So I'm super stoked to get out there with my buddy Durds. He's on his way. He should be here actually any minute. So before we get out on the lake, before I take you guys and get into the video, I just want to say I really appreciate all the support. Channel's growing, getting a lot of views. The things that I need to happen and the things that are in motion keep rolling and keep growing and getting bigger. And I couldn't do any of that without you guys, so I appreciate it. Thanks for staying with me and continuing to follow along. And yeah, just keep watching the videos. It means a lot to me. But like I said, this might be one of the last videos of the year. Might be one of the last, trips to the water this year, because I have another baby on the way. Another baby due at the end of November. And so we're kind of down to that crunch time. So I might get out one or two more times, but that's not a guarantee. So hopefully today goes really well. I'm super stoked. Nathan and I love getting out fishing together. And hopefully we have a really, really strong showing because everything seems to be setting up right. First really hard cold snap of the year. Today it's like 33 degrees this morning. Supposed to get to high of like maybe 50, which is pretty much perfect for the fall time. That's what you want to have happen. It's dropping those water temperatures. Fish should be feeding up. Fish should be getting fat. Fish should be getting ready for winter. And I'm just stoked to get out there. So I'm excited to see what will happen. No guarantees, but hopefully it'll be fun. And I'll catch you guys here in just a minute. This fish want to chase so bad.
Releasing to the grease, buddy.
Stunna! Thanks, buddy. It's a good one. It's a nice old Walter.
Old edition.
A lot of fish down there. Probably a lot of Walters down there. So there's a log down here, like a couple logs right here. Caleb and I caught a ton of fish off of them this spring.
You want to see me set the hook into one?
I do. There's a fish on me. Eat it. The smallmouth.
Nice fish, dude.
Thank you, dude. Yeah, that's a real fat one. Whew. Thank you, dude. He tangled himself all up in this thing. I don't actually understand how he did that. Took a lot of coaxing to get him to go. It's a big one. I don't know, all the fish in this lake are blind or something. Okay, fish number one. There's zeros for you. I'm guessing it goes about 4.5. It's a pretty good one. 476. Good one to start the morning. It's just a super fat fish. Came on that Stunna 112 plus one. A little bit deeper diver. What a beautiful fish. Nice, buddy. Here's a quick look at that bait. This is the Stunna 112 plus one. First time I fished the plus one size. And this is actually in the table rock color, which I really like. It's not quite as chartreuse as a lot of table rock. You got like the algae bone color back. A little chartreuse, some white, and then that little orange dot on the belly. And it's weird because these fish are coming a long way to get this thing, but like it takes a lot to actually get them to commit. Like they have to come way up, get close to the boat, follow it a long time, and then eventually they commit to it and eat it. But that fish took a lot of coaxing to get to go, but this is the bait that did it. Got him? Mm-hmm. Good job, dude. There's more with him. All there is a log. Like you guys can see it. There's a piece of wood out there, 45 out, right on the edge of this break. And that's where my fish came off of. That's where Nathan's fish just came off of. But it looked like there were a decent few just kind of chilling together on it. You can see them again now back down there. This one's coming up towards my jerkbait. It's pretty cool. Okay, so honestly, we've been out here for a little bit, probably about an hour, and I already caught a pretty good one. So today's video is already going to be pretty set, but we're having some fun. I wanted to give the sun a little bit of time to get up, me to get used to fishing in all the clothes again, because man, I'm bundled up. I have my ice bibs on, some big boots, my jacket, my Reaper hoodie. I mean, just totally bundled up. But we've caught some fish, and hopefully that's a sign of things to come. We only have a half a day. We're going to fish till about 12:30, then get off the lake, which is okay. There's a really predominant, really strong morning bite out here, and if we can get on it, we can put some stuff together really, really quickly and catch some big fish. So it should be a lot of fun, throwing jerk baits, throwing hair jigs, throwing that little swim bait, just throwing a variety of different baits to get these kind of finicky fish on a glacial body of water to come and eat. And I'm going to actually have a video coming out about how to fish glacial fisheries or tough bodies of water when fish don't want to eat. I'm going to share with you guys some secrets, some ways you guys can target those bodies of water. But for today, we're out here fishing, having some fun with my buddy Dirty Dirds, catching some fish. So stay tuned. You won't want to miss it. I know, that's why I just kept trolling. I knew what you were doing. I think that's a smallmouth. Yeah.
Another good one.
Thanks. Thanks, buddy. No.
That's a big one.
Mm-hmm. That's a really good one.
That's a good one.
Look at how fat that one is. Look at a belly on him.
This is lengthy too.
It's like a 4-pounder probably. Where? I saw it at the very last second on the graph. Huh? I saw it at the very last second on the graph. Like I wasn't really looking at the graph. Yeah. And I looked down and I saw it and I touched it once and he just swirled on it. Which is pretty cool. I don't know how long he was following it. So. But I cast that way up on the break and then brought it off. I think there's something pinning this bait to this break right here, by the way, dudes. Here's what I'm talking about. You see this bait, how it's like held up against this break right here? I'm pretty sure that fish was holding this bait up on that break. That was pretty sweet though. Another 4-pounder on the jerkbait. Good work, dude. Nice. Good work.
What my dad told me, there's a little jiggle wiggle, and I caught a little one.
The little jiggle wiggle does work. I can't believe it. Here's the other thing about a jerkbait, man, is it draws these fish so far. Like these moving baits draw them so far. Like even that bigger swim bait draws them forever away. I just think the jerkbait's so manageable. Like they'll commit to it. Last spot potentially of the season.
Oh, here he comes. Golly, he wants that.
Eat it! Oh my.
We catch more than a couple. That's what I want.
That's fun right there. That's some good old-fashioned F-U-N.
I don't know where the wood is.
Big?
Not big.
Thanks. He hit it on the pull. I was pulling the bait. Gosh, jerkbait is so much fun, dude. Perfect water temp, 50 to 53 degrees. This is the last trip. It's a fun way to catch them. Okie dokie, boys and girls. Let me give you guys a quick rundown of the bait, what we were doing. Ended up catching them on a jerkbait. Really thought it was going to be a more finesse deal. This is a 112 plus 1 from Berkley, brand new Stunna jerkbait. Yeah, caught all of my fish today. This is the table rock color, has that eleggy bone color back, a little bit of chartreuse, some white, and then that orange on the belly. There's something about this lake. Those more solid color baits seem to do a little bit better out here. And so this was the deal. Rod I was throwing it on is a TFO cranking rod. It's a 7-foot crankbait rod. Snaps, loads up well. It's a little bit longer so I can cast it a little bit further. And then an 8-speed gear ratio Abu Revo ALF bait casting setup. 10-pound test fluorocarbon line. Lets the bait act the best. Enough rundown on that. You guys know the spiel. But yeah, pretty decent day. Well, let's take the boat out. I don't know what to do. Yeah. It's going somewhere. I don't know what to do. Someone slashed my tires. I don't even know what to say. So as you guys can see there, I was a bit shaken up. I was a bit frustrated. I had to cut off the cameras because not only could I not really do anything at the ramp, I was waiting on the police officer. I was trying to figure out what I was going to do. And honestly, I was really a little bit messed up from this. I was very vocal about my frustrations, and I didn't think it was best for me to get on camera and explain to you guys what had happened in that moment. So I'm back home now, and I want to really break it down for you guys because my tires were actually slashed. I got back, all 4 tires were flat. So I dropped Dirds off at the ramp, He went up, and you guys got to see him kind of recognize that all my tires were flat. He comes back out and goes, man, all your tires are flat. They're not on the rims yet, but it looks like they're slashed. There's holes in the sidewalls. At which point, we didn't have any other option. We had to put the boat on the trailer. We had to get the boat into the parking lot because that little dock you guys saw, that's not a sturdy enough dock where I can tie my boat off to it and keep it there for a long time. There were also people trying to take their pontoons out, get their boats out of the water for the winter, so it wasn't an option just to leave it sitting there. So we had to put it on the trailer, had to drive it up on the flats, and then we got to really get to figure out what we were going to do. I normally would absolutely never do this, but I'm going to drop the lake name here because I think it's pertinent not only for my own security and safety if I ever choose to go back, but also because if you guys have any information, this might help lead to figuring out who did this. The lake that I was fishing was Loon Lake in Hale, Michigan. It's Loon Lake, Plainfield Township Park, and it's a very small lake. It's 500 to 600 acres. It's really tough to fish, but it has some big smallmouth in it. So I keep going back there, and I've never had this occur anywhere. Like, no one's ever confronted me about fishing waters. No one's ever said anything to me about not wanting to see me on certain bodies of water. And so this kind of came as a total shock. Like, I don't have any explanation as to why someone would want to do this, especially because they didn't steal anything. They didn't break into my truck. None of the other trailers on the site were damaged. So I have to believe it was targeted. I have to believe they saw my boat trailer, they saw my truck, and they were frustrated that I was fishing the body of water that I was fishing, that I was out there fishing loon. Now, like I mentioned in the intro, this is not clickbait. I'll show you guys my tires. I'll kind of run you through the entire incident, but it's just really terrible and kind of inexcusable that someone would take it so far as to damage someone else's property, that they would feel the need that they need to slash my tires to get a point across to me. If you guys see me at the ramp or you have issues with me filming or fishing somewhere, or maybe you just don't like me as a person, maybe I've said something that upsets you, I'm a pretty reasonable guy pretty much 100% of the time. I'm probably one of the most friendly, non-confrontational people you meet. Come up to me, have a conversation, we'll talk about it. Like, if you don't want me filming at your certain body of water that's special to you, I have places like that too. I have places I won't film at. If it means something to you, please come up, talk to me, tell me, hey man, this lake's really special. I'd really appreciate it if you don't film or you don't show XYZ on the lake, because I get it. This is a natural resource. This is something that you guys want to enjoy. You want your kids to enjoy, and so do I. I want my kids to enjoy this. I want my 2 daughters to enjoy this. I want to be able to go out year after year and have a shot at these fish. And so I understand if there's qualms or concerns with what I'm doing, but to do it this way, to take it out by slashing my tires, basically leaving me stranded at the ramp, isn't the way to do that. And so I guess that's where the majority of my frustration comes in. One thing that I noticed was that all 4 tires had a big slash mark in them. And this is not an easy tire to put a slash mark in. These are not easy tires like a car tire or something where you just, poke through it. These are double ply tires with a steel mesh lining. And the cop was actually really shocked that someone had the ability to slash these tires, because as you look at these tires, some of the marks aren't that big. Some of the marks, the person must have tried to stab and couldn't get the knife all the way through, or just barely got it through, or whatever they used to slash these tires. But here's one of them. Someone took something and cut through there. If you actually look in there, and I don't know if you're going to be able to see it, there's a steel mesh lining. And if you look on this tire, there it is as well. And then there's a small mark on this third tire here. Essentially, the point I'm trying to get across is that all 4 tires have a hole in them. Someone took it upon themselves to intentionally slash all 4 tires. Now, thankfully, Dirds was there. He helped me calm me down, but also from the perspective of being able to actually get more tires. Had it been by myself, I don't know what I would have done. I had to leave the boat there. I would have had to call someone to come help me, but Nathan had the frame of mind to call around and find some tires on a rim. I didn't find the perfect tires, and honestly, in the late fall, on a Sunday evening, in the middle of nowhere, in God's country, we were able to call a Tractor Supply about an hour away, and we found 3 15-inch tires and had to limp the thing home. We had to limp the boat home. Thankfully, I had 1 spare, but we were able to get the boat home, and it was just a crazy experience. I guess this is just my warning to you guys. This is just my plea to you guys. If you know someone that did this, if you know who's involved, I do want them to be aware that this isn't cool. This isn't acceptable. This is inexcusable, and it's dangerous. You're going down a really bad path. man, the support's been insane. You guys have sent me so many messages. There's been so many people resharing the post, so many people trying to help me get to the bottom of this, because at the end of the day, that's what the fishing community does. It's what we do as people. That's what good people do, is they try to protect and grow and make this sport better. And man, I appreciate all the support from every one of you guys. But if you guys enjoyed this video, please consider doing me a favor and hitting that like button, hitting that subscribe button, and let's grow this community. I never intended for this to be a video where I talk about someone damaging my boat trailer. I intended for it to be my last trip of the year, sharing with you guys some fish catches. So if you guys enjoy that kind of content, that's what I post normally on this channel. But as always, thank you guys for watching. Take care, tight lines. God bless. Pursue your passion. Now, just one more reminder before I sign off. If you guys know who was involved with this, if you know someone who has information on what happened to my boat trailer, please have them reach out to me via Instagram, Facebook, any social media account, or my email, which is brnowakfishing@gmail.com. Really appreciate all the support, you guys. Thank you so much for everything, and catch you guys very soon.